Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, I shaved,
Jason lost 12 years.
literally. Awkward silence for 10 seconds.
So today we are talking about moving out of the camp house. And I'm sure all of you are like, what? Why?
Yep, it has mold. Just kidding. No. So, we moved in here for a little bit because we were getting out of the trailer. We finished this. We wanted to enjoy it. And off camera, you guys don't know this, but Jaylena has been cleaning out the trailer and stuff like that. We're wanting to downsize anything that we have that we don't really want, that we...
or don't you really use, that doesn't serve a purpose.
Yeah, and so there's things that we have here that my parents have allowed us to use my old bedroom back home to store stuff because we don't have a real house yet. And I know you're still trying to get over this. Sorry. But yesterday my uncle came out and he was asking about the hot water heater being hooked up back in here and stuff and all that. And I really wasn't aware that normally for Thanksgiving time, not Thanksgiving Day, that side of the family comes out and camps out here. And normally they stay in the house or in the trailer, but now that the house is completely ready to go, we don't want to say, no, you go stay in the trailer. We want you to enjoy the house.
That's why we did all this, so that the entire family could enjoy it. So we have been able to enjoy it for the past week, and we'll be in here till the end of the week. And
Yes.
then, like Jason said, we're downsizing. Anything we don't use, anything that doesn't serve a purpose, we're getting rid of. And I am trying to clean out the trailer as best as I possibly can, try and get it a little more organized, feel a little roomier in there.
Yep.
And we're going to move back in there while we build our house. But we just wanted to, one, keep you guys updated.
Yep.
But that's the whole reason why we did this rescue camp house makeover.
Well, yeah, it was for the family to enjoy it, have a nice, clean place to stay, and yes, it was for Granny and the reveal and all that stuff, but there's nothing more, I want to say exciting, but there's nothing more, I can't think of the words too early, satisfying, I guess, after doing something like this, than watching all your little cousins and stuff come out and enjoy the fruits of your labor. So that's going to be really cool to be out here and see all them enjoying it and sitting out at the fire pit area that we spent a long time hauling in sand and logs and, doing all that stuff. They'll sit out there and they'll make marshmallows and s'mores and probably cook some stuff and be able to come in here and hang out and actually be able to run around and enjoy it. They've stayed in here
before,
like it was,
yeah.
like you guys saw it from the beginning. They've seen it, and
this will be a real treat for them.
Yes, so it's gonna be pretty exciting hearing their stories afterwards. That's gonna be pretty cool. That how much different it is than it was. So I think that's gonna be pretty awesome.
And I think because there are so many younger kids, Jason's uncle said that he's going to bring them out in different age groups and stay for like a week long.
Because that's a lot to deal with a lot of kids.
So that will be really fun to be able to kind of hang out with them and enjoy their company while they're here.
Yep.
And do the fire pit area and stuff with them.
Yeah, and when the older kids are here, they'll probably, want to ride the Jeep around, four-wheeler, all that cool stuff, and they're old enough to do it on their own. So it'll just be a cool experience being able to hang out with the young kids, but also with the older ones, and it'll just be a little different. And it's strange to think, but we kind of touched on it before. I don't really know these kids like I wish I did. I lived in Dallas basically since all of them were born, and getting to know them. We're still going to give them their space. We're not going to intrude, but I'd like to hang out with them a little bit, and I'm sure that they'll all be interested in it and stuff, and well, like to get to know us. So, is it a bummer that we're moving out of this house? Yeah. Is it a bummer that we're moving back into the trailer? Is it worth it? Yes. To have stayed in here for a little bit, and then
it's basically like we got to come out and camp for a week and a half in the camp house.
Yes, but we're also going to leave stuff in here. We're going to leave the Instapot and the oven,
the toaster oven, the crock pot, stuff like that. That will still be in here. We'll come in here and cook, and we'll vlog in here a little bit while we're in here, and that just gives us more room in the trailer. We
will utilize both when no one's out here. And so when they are out here, of course, we'll probably take the toaster oven and stuff back so we could, anything we need like that we'll take back. But we actually we never moved my computer over here. We left it over there, and I was kind of using that as a studio, so I could go over there and work on my stuff, and it gives us more space in here. We're not trying to like take over the whole thing. And so I think it works out. I think it's cool for everyone. And
I will say this. We got our first real cold front, if you want to call it that. I know some people...
The wind chill's like 15.
Yeah. So some people have it way worse. But for us in South Texas, we got our first real wind chill. So it is pretty chilly in the camp house.
You want to know why it happened?
Why?
Because I shaved my beard off, and now it's going to be cold.
Oh, because your beard keeps you warm?
Yep.
But, so we have the heater going in here, and it did work when it wasn't as cold, but it doesn't keep it as warm as I would like.
Yeah, it's just a small space heater, but if we put it in the trailer...
I think it would be enough.
Oh, well enough, because this is a lot more square footage than the part of the trailer that we use, and so...
we don't use the whole trailer.
No, and we can close the bathroom door and all that stuff and keep it nice and toasties. And normally, we've done it both ways, where we've slept on separate beds, bunk beds, and then we've slept on the same bed. And normally we sleep in the bottom. Now that it's getting colder, we might sleep top, let all the heat rise, and stay up there. So I think it all will work out the way it needs to work out, the way it should work out. I'm hoping the weather is not like this whenever they all come out here, because that'd be a bummer for all the kids.
Yeah.
But at least they would have room inside to hang out and all that stuff.
We talked about putting a futon in the trailer because we don't have real seating in there. And because we said, well, if we buy it, we could use it in our tiny house. But as of right now, we don't exactly know how we're going to design the tiny house. And what theme we're going to have, what colors we're going to go with. And so it's like, what if we buy a futon and then we don't even use it in the tiny house? Yeah,
we don't want to waste our money. And so we're trying to, especially since we're about to build the house, we're trying to save every dime we can here and there to put into the house. And if we bought a futon and weren't able to actually utilize it, I'd be pretty bummed.
Yeah. And it's like, we already just had to buy a new... Can I tell them?
You just did.
Yeah, but I didn't say what.
It's a chainsaw. We didn't want to purchase a chainsaw. We were having issues with the one that we have. And if you're out here, I know a lot of you are going to say, why didn't you just get it fixed? I want 2 chainsaws no matter what. That was the original goal, was to have 2. So when you're working with one for a long time, and then you let it rest, and then you use the other one, and you work for a long time, and then if say my dad comes out or someone else, or I don't mind teaching Jaylena. I want Jaylena to learn how to use a chainsaw. I just prefer her probably not using it as much as I do, I guess.
Jason scares me with the chainsaw.
But I think I scare everybody.
I think you scare everybody.
And I know I'll start wearing my chaps.
At least now your chaps will help keep you warm.
Yeah. But yesterday, it was just way too humid, and it was rough.
Yeah, we were drenched in sweat. And it wasn't like it was super hot. It was just so humid.
Yeah, so I promise I'll be safer with the chainsaw. But we did get a new chainsaw. We got
We do have safety glasses too somewhere.
Yeah, and gloves and everything.
I just need to find them.
We got the warranty on it, and they said no matter what, for 2 years, if it breaks, you can take it back. And I said, no matter what, no matter how it breaks, and they said yes. As long as you have the receipt for 2 years, you can bring it back. And I said, done deal, we'll buy the coverage for it. I never buy warranties. Normally it's like, no, sorry. It's like getting, it's like getting insurance on a phone. Well, we didn't mean if you shatter your screen, or whatever it is. It's always like some BS stuff. And so, we got that, and I feel very confident in it. It was money we really didn't want to spend at the moment.
But hopefully it'll be well worth it if something does happen.
Yeah, it's well worth it. It's just, we were hoping not to have to do that now. We were hoping to do it later on. But it is what it is. It's kind of the thing. Being out here, pretty much you need a chainsaw. And so 2 is better than 1.
And another thing too, it's like, yes, we do want to get the other one fixed, but right now we don't have time to worry about getting it fixed, and then we can't work right now.
Yeah, we lose time working. So we just figured, go ahead and buy it and utilize it while the other one's getting fixed, and then we have 2, and then we can kind of rotate them so you're not overworking one, and that type of thing. And plus, again, like I said, if anyone comes out to help, we have two chainsaws. We could knock out twice as much work. But it is raining today. I don't know how long it's supposed to rain. It's not pouring down because you can't hear it. It's just enough to make you mad.
Yeah, that's just enough to
make this cold weather miserable.
Yeah, you would get it's raining enough that you would get pretty wet if you stayed outside for a long period of time.
But I'm probably gonna go mudding on the 4-wheeler, to be completely honest.
And then hopefully if it stops raining, we can get some work done.
If not, I'll probably go work in the rain, to be completely honest.
You probably will.
I am.
But that's why we're moving out of the camp house.
Yep. And I know a lot of you are asking if I got a haircut as well. No, I did not. It's just kind of tucked back the way I slept. It's still here and bushy. Thanks, Ma, for the good head of hair. Did not get that from my dada.
From your dada?
From my dada. But, yeah. Just a quick update on why we will be changing scenery as far as Coffee with the Crockers go and stuff. We'll still be here as much as possible. We probably will even still do Coffee with the Crockers. Billy Joe's going to make a comment on that one. Do Coffee with the Crockers in here, still vlogging here, still cooking here. The only time we won't is if someone's out here. But that means someone's out here and enjoying it, which is awesome and what it's all about. So I'm going to go try to find the warmest clothes I possibly can.
And then go get muddy and wet.
4-wheeling. So I got stuff to do, and then I got to go try to cut some brush in the rain. I think Jaylena's going to cook up a stew.
I'm going to make some nail guys stew, and we are going to marinate some jerky.
Yep. So you guys have to stick around for that. But guys, thanks so much for watching.